Listen, basis loaded, bottom of the ninth. I just want to talk to all my guys out here on this journey. Understand that if you ever hear any voices that are not uplifting you on this journey, at the end of the day, stop listening to the voices in your head. And I'm going to say this again. If you hear any voice from the past, you got to tell yourself that's a closed chapter. And I'm going to say this again. If you hear any voice in the past about any woman that you used to date, anybody that you used to be cool with, you guys have to understand, tell yourself that's a closed chapter. On this journey, you cannot listen to the voices in your head. And I want to talk about being out on your own. You guys have to understand paying your rent. And I'm going to say this again, paying your rent. Listen, in society, they don't want us to focus on the most important thing like paying your rent. They want us to focus on who don't like us. Let me tell you guys something. When it's time to pay your rent, it doesn't matter if you pay with a money order. It doesn't matter if you pay with a portal. You got to stop and ask yourself, is a hater helping me out in the portal? No. Is a hater helping me out with a money order? No. So when it's all said and done, why do we focus so much on who likes us or who dislikes us? When it's all said and done, we just live in a world where a lot of people are taught that it's not a lot. That's the reality of the world that we live in. It's a reality of the society that we live in. So what happens is, if somebody sees somebody get 100,000, they feel like, oh, that was the last $100,000. That was the last $100,000 left. Follow the wordplay. They felt like if the dude at the bodega get $1 million and he get a Bentley, they feel like, yo, that was the last dude for the bodega. That was the last of the Mohicans. He's the last dude that's gonna get a Bentley for a whole century. And that's the problem with the world. They're so competitive and they focus so much with people in their proximity. They focus on so much with people that they met throughout their journey that they don't realize, you know what, it doesn't matter. Life goes on. But one thing you cannot do is you cannot stop. And I'm gonna say this again, one thing that you cannot do is you cannot stop. You gotta keep going. And I'm gonna say this again, you gotta keep going. I don't care how you feel on this journey. I don't care if your head hurt. I don't care if you feel pressure in your eyes. I don't care if you feel like you're not gonna make it, you better execute. And I'm gonna say this again, I don't feel like if you're not gonna make it, you better execute. I don't care what you're going through, you better execute. You gotta make sure that rent due. You gotta make sure you take care of your rent. See, a lot of people, they be caught up in things that have no purpose. They be caught up in things that don't serve any value. When it's all said and done, are these celebrities helping you pay your rent? Absolutely not. So why is it, when it's all said and done, why do they want us to be fanatics? And I'm gonna say this again, do celebrities help us pay our rent? No. Do NFL players help us pay our rent? No. NBA ball players? No. MLB pitchers? No. Bases loaded, bottom of the ninth. So why do they want us to focus on a lifestyle and focus on a dough? And I'm gonna tell you, they want us to go broke. You guys have to understand, snapping out of a financial jam, it's easy. You gotta understand, you gotta get busy in your life. You gotta execute. You gotta train. You gotta do what you gotta do to make it out. You cannot stay in a jam. And I'm gonna say this again, you cannot stay in a jam. You gotta fight through a jam. You gotta break through a jam. You guys have to understand, society, they want you walking around with your head down. They want you walking around talking about, I can't do it anymore. I'ma just decide to stop. No, you cannot stop. You gotta keep going. It doesn't matter. I don't care if they turn their backs on you. I don't care if they lied on you. I don't care if they went to HR 20 verse 1 and it's not a dating show on you. I don't care what you're going through. You cannot stop. The minute you stop, you done. And I'm gonna say this again, the minute you stop, you done. The minute you stop, it's over. The minute you stop, fatality, back, forward, finish them. Listen, nobody cares if you starve. Nobody cares if you homeless. When it's all said and done, a lot of you guys out here, you're blessed. You guys have your parents. Some people don't have their parents. But when it's all said and done, it doesn't matter. You can go from the top one day to shopping on clearance. It's life. It's life. You got to stay focused. And while you're in the zone, you got to stay in the zone. See, the problem is a lot of people, they get in the zone, they get out of the zone, and they stop and never come back in the zone. I don't care what nobody say. Listen, you can get knocked down 1,000 times. You better get back up. And I'm going to say this again. You can get knocked down 2,000 times. You better Get back up. When it's all said and done, the more you try, the more you're going to get wobbled. The more you try, the more you're going to stumble. The more you try, the more you're going to fall down. But when it's all said and done, get back up. Stopping, that's not an option. And I'm going to say this again, stopping, it's not an option. We can't stop. You guys have to understand, life, only the strongest survive. That's what I was taught growing up. Only the strongest survive. So that means the weak, they gonna die. And that's just how it is. And that's real, you feel me? The weak, they not gonna make it. The weak, they gonna crumble. The weak, they gonna fall. But the strong gonna pull through. Somehow, some way, the bold gonna pull through. Somehow, some way. Listen, we gonna make it. We in a building. You guys have to understand. Never let people feel like they can stop what you got going on. Listen, if you got a 9 to 5 and your manager's hating on you, let your managers know they can't stop the fakeness and they can't stop what's going on. HR, they can't stop you. They can't stop what's going on. We live in a world where people feel like we're gonna stop you. And they want you to feel like we're gonna stop you financially. We're gonna hurt you financially. When it's all said and done, listen, I'm fighting till the end. FLS, we fighting till the end. When it's all said and done, once you fight till the end, you're going to realize these people can't even hold you, much less to guard you. These people can't hold you. They can't contain you. So what makes them think in their mind they can stop you? They can't stop you. They can start group chats, but they can't stop you. They can huddle up, but they can't stop you. They can spread rumors, but they can't stop you. They can start gossip, but they can't stop you. They can try to make profit off of your name, but they can't stop you. When it's all said and done, you are the only person that can stop you. You are the only person that can give up. You are the only person that can say, listen, I'm throwing in the towel, no mas, no mas. You are the only person to say, I don't want to do it anymore. You are the only person to say, listen, enough is enough. You are the only person. You are the only person. Don't ever let another human feel they got power over your life. Don't ever let a community feel like they got power over your life. Don't ever let an interest group feel like they got power over your life. Don't never let any situation involving monetary gain feel like they got power over your life. When it's all said and done, listen, God got your back. In reality, forget social media. Forget the platforms. We talking about in reality, God got your back. And if God got your back, listen, it's all time for that action. And I'm going to say this again. Once you realize God got your back, it's time for that action. Your city is beautiful. Get creative. Learn to land like a native. And I'm going to say this again. Life is beautiful. Get creative. Learn to land like a native. Giving up is not an option. And it's not going to benefit you to give up. It's not going to benefit you to stop. It's not going to benefit you to turn your back on your future kids. It's not going to interest you. It's not going to benefit you to turn your back on your generation. When it's all said and done, listen, we got to do this for the next generation. And then we got to do this for the next generation and the next generation. Listen, we got to be the standard bearer. We got to set the standard. And I'm going to say this again. I don't care what you've been through. I don't care what you're going through. When it's all said and done, you got the opportunity to be a professional provider. You got the opportunity to meet the woman of your wildest dreams. And you got the opportunity to be a provider for your future kids, your future daughters, your future grandkids. You got the opportunity to turn things around. But if you give up, guess what? Your future generation suffer a terrible darkness. Your grandkids suffer a terrible darkness. Your kids suffer a terrible darkness. So the question is, do we run now or do we stand our ground and fight? And I'm going to say this again. Do we run now and turn our backs to a terrible darkness, or do we stand and fight now? FLS, the time is now. And I'm going to say this again. FLS, the time is now. It's only one way, and that's one day. And I'm going to say this again. When it comes to faith, we only live one way, and that's one day. One day we're going to make it. One day it's going to happen. One day. Algun dia. One day. That's how we live. We live off one day. We live off of faith. We don't walk by sight, because right now it might look ugly. Right now, it might look disgusting. Right now, it might look bloody. Right now, it might look tough. Right now, it might look like we're not going to make it. But listen, we live for that one day. It's only one way, and that's that one day. You feel me? Until we take off and hit the runway, it's that one day. That's the one way that we live by. We live by faith. We don't live by sight. Because right now, it might not be what you want it to be. But guess what? If we focus on how things look right now, guess what? We'll never make it to the runway. And I'm going to say this again. If we focus on how things look right now, if we focus on the darkness right now, if we focus on the clouds right now, if we focus that it's going to rain one day right now, guess what? We'll never make it to the runway. We got to make it back to the runway. We might be local for a little bit, but we got to make it back to the runway. Shout out to all my jet setters, jet set with no regrets. We got to make it back to the runway. We cannot crash out. We got to make it back to the runway. We cannot lash out. We got to make it back to the runway. You guys already know freedom is priceless. They can't stop you. Take off Cambodia. Take off Thailand. Take off to Ireland. Take off we wildin'. Take off to Denmark. Take off to Norway. Take off to Ecuador. Take off to Bolivia. Take off to Brazil. We in a bill. You already know what it is. We not playing out here. You feel me? People feel like we're going to stop this man. We're going to stop. Listen, ain't nobody going to stop me, and they not going to stop the FLS. They not going to stop me, and they not going to stop the set. We in a building. And I'm going to say this again. We in a building. When we step outside in life, we in a building. When we stay inside, we not in a building. When we hiding out, we not in a building. When we in the basement, we not in a building. When we in the attic, we not in a building. When we outside, we really in a building. Yatu Sabe, let it breathe.